Okay, and now we're going to keep being productive, and we're jumping from the purpose statement. Oh, hi, I'm Charles Anderson. I'm just a guy from Goodwill, Oklahoma, but I have a really great game idea. Okay, so I'm going to close this. That was the purpose statement. And let me go into it, because I typed this up before I typed that up. But probably, okay, business ethics. All right, so I've done my purpose statement. I've got to be the best person I can be to keep my project on track. Efficiency, all that good stuff that makes for a successful business. I've just outlined my purpose, and this stuff doesn't have to happen in any particular order, but it has to happen. Well, if you want it to be good and work and great and all that stuff, because even not so great things can keep going for a little while, but they usually don't. It's business ethics. All right, what are business ethics? I typed this up August 21st, 2013. Okay, so we got that. And today is Friday, August 23rd, 2013. There's numbers. So business ethics. What are business ethics? Well, my concept of business ethics is the methodology that a business or a person in the business, even down to the mailroom, the methodologist of achieving goals. All right, so because you've got to have a goal that you're going for, you got to have a way of getting there. How good, how bad do you do it? How good, and Now, I'm just going to stop right there, because ideal business ethics, which is what I want. I want integrity. Integrity being that all of this that I am as Charles Anderson it's stable. It's all integrated. All these other things, all these other good things that I can think of and put down on paper at the time that I wrote it, it's all there. One complete package. I want to have the foresight to be able to plan for any contingency, and it's already in there. I may fail. Even then, I will have foreseen as many contingencies as possible, put them out. Productivity. While I'm doing this, I want to still be able to be doing what I need to be doing. So, I've got to keep at, achieving my goal. I want to have compassion. Hey, maybe some event comes along the way that touches me personally, Charles Anderson, not to do with my business or the achieving goals, and I do allow myself to be interrupted at some point and make a decision there. Well, I've got two cats. The two cats. I came home from a gig and I heard I was throwing away some trash and I heard some yowling, and I looked down there and there were these two poor bedraggled cats, and they're they're right over there laying on the bed napping. You can't see it. I don't have a camera, but anyway, compassion. You got to have that, because that ties into understanding. It's and your business, as the head of your business, that's just good and great. If as far as you can apply it. But I'm looking for my ideal business ethics for myself, for what the methodology that I'm wanting to make. Honor. If I make a mistake, I gotta fess up, and it doesn't have to be a hard thing, but if I make a mistake, I have to fess up. Try to find the most elegant solution, because any time spent, you lose productivity. Hopefully foresight takes that in. Okay, understanding. I'm just Charles Anderson, right? I'm trying for the best of this stuff before it, but hey, I'm going to make mistakes, and other people, being just other people, they're going to make mistakes. I've got to be able to forgive those mistakes, because hey, they're going to have their own business ethics, which are personal ethics. It applies to the whole. One thing I don't want to be boring about it, so I'm just going to have fun. Boom. Oh, this is my big one, but it's down here in the list. Don't know why. I wrote it. Put it. Now, suppose something goes wrong up here. Well, I want to keep going, because that's all you got to do. You just got to keep going. How much time do you spend in fear before you make a productive, decision? Keeping all this stuff in mind, just keep going. All right, and stability. Though it may seem like a whirlwind, you know that you're stable in these thought processes because they work, because there is good in them, and that's just because they work. It has to do with integrity, because you reach this point, and this point, using all these points to reach this point. It's a little circle still, but or here, just put it this way: the best person you can currently think of and want to be like. So there we go. There's ideal business ethics. Some flavors on that: for creative, constructive policies. If you can profit, profit. If you have to drop it, drop it. But again, if you can be as elegant as possible, these guys are going to come first. Wisdom before knowledge. This has to do with all of this stuff: foresight, productivity, compassion, honor. Because overall, the wiser you are, the better implementation that you can have already as part of you before implementation. In other words, hey, you can find these, and you probably, if you can do it elegantly enough, these will be minimized as possibilities coming out. So wisdom before knowledge, because this starts outpacing this, then you get into, it starts going south. But we're not going to consider that, because we know wisdom before knowledge, or at least I do. Somebody correct me if they disagree. That's part of feedback. That's part of the equation. But major flavors. There's some optimum. I don't know that, but I want to try to be that. The best person you can currently think of and want to be like. There is wise, or at least we're meeting wisdom before knowledge. And even if this is like really lacking, at least they're wise enough to reach for the next level, which would be smart, where knowledge is pretty much there along with wisdom, but they're pretty dang smart. They know a lot of stuff. And because they're smart, a wise person, an optimum person would be able to get a wise person to convince a smart person. You're seeing how this is training. To use what they know in their strengths and weaknesses to help out this person, to help out this person up there. Then the next one down the line is the uneducated. This is, really low on these scales, because these are never zero. It's wisdom, knowledge. It's just low, but at least the balance is there, and these guys up this chain can recognize it. And of course, at any time, this can be corrected. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the other side of the equation. There's your clever people, where knowledge is over wisdom. They know techniques and stuff, but their wisdom isn't keeping track. They're just clever, because this is part of some negative part of the equation that's in my head. In other words, they're people that may embezzle. They're people that may steal. The stuff that's not there. And then finally, stupid. I call willfully ignorant. Ignorant being its own definition, but because of the part of the country I am at, I define willfully ignorant. How do you know somebody's ignorant? Well, am I ignorant? It's one of those self-evident things. These are the people that all these other people, even these people, are wanting to avoid. So, you get past this point of the equation, you start having, avoid. Anything less than this, because this guy can solve it before it even happens, and he doesn't even have to think about it, because everything that he's doing it's magical. It's stuff. It's something impossible that you want to come true. It's magic, right? But anyway, anything less introduces more complicated steps of damage control or expenditures. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is going to happen. How can you minimize it in the possibility chain? Duh. Business ethics. How do you go about it? Most efficient. All right, this model right here, it's easily prone to corruption without vigilance. People along the chain, they're being vigilant in their, maintenance of this model, and there will be mistakes, but again, this model corrects for itself. So just you're checking yourself. People are checking themselves. You're checking each other because you're working as a group, however far up the chain or down the chain. And here's some of the warning signs so that you can head off part of the foresight. Of course, first off, you're probably going to see apathy, major. Then we'll probably have this, then this. But big warning signs, obvious easy ones: theft, embezzlement, all the negatives that you can think of. Blah blah blah. I'm going to stop right there, because where I'm at, and I'm thinking, I've for me personally, but this opens the possibilities for you, the listener. Anyway, bad business ethics, I'm not going to cover it. I've got time. Oh God, I hope I'm staying with time, because all you have to do is think about people that you don't want to deal with personally. And it goes all the way down the chain unless you're absolutely this and pointless. Why business ethics? See statement above, right here. Bam. Think about trying to attract customers, investors, employees, people to help you out to do the thing you want to do. It all does come out eventually. That's just how it is, because as an increasingly complex system that ultimately doesn't work, it tends to eliminate. How long before it thrashes itself? But even then, there's ways that you can correct. How smart, how many people of this can you get involved? Anyway, those who do not consider this, right here, are not in business for long. Wow, it's that simple. At least it doesn't. Anyway, hi, I'm Charles Anderson. That's my business ethics, which I wrote on August 21st. It's now the 23rd, and I think that's good. Yeah, all right.